Hey guys, what's up? If it's your bucket list dream to camp out in the Namib Desert and climb those iconic red dunes of Sossusvlei, stick around because in this video I'm going to walk you through all the real logistics you need to know to make that trip happen smoothly. This isn't just the Instagram version of Namibia. It's a practical guide. Visas, driving, fuel stops, campsite bookings, and everything in between. By the end of this video, you'll have an idea of what to expect on the preps for an easy camping trip in Namibia, particularly Sesriem if you plan to visit Sossusvlei. First things first, paperwork. Always check Namibia's visa rules for your nationality before booking anything. Some nationalities that were visa free in the past now need an e visa or a visa on arrival. Your passport should be valid for at least 6 months with a couple of blank pages. And don't skip on travel insurance. Make sure it covers medical evacuation if you'll be hiking, theft, and if you're self driving, vehicle insurance. Check out the link in the caption for more details on the visa on arrival. So, arrival in Namibia. Most international flights land at Hussein Kotaku International Airport, which is in Windhoek, the capital city of Namibia. From there, you'll either fly domestically or pick up your rental car. Do yourself a favor, get a local SIM card from the MTC or TN Mobile once you're in Windhoek, ideally while stocking up on groceries. Avoid buying it at the airport as this can delay your car hire or shuttle pickup. Now, here's the reality. Namibia is a vast country, and once you leave the main towns, mobile signals can be patchy or even non existent. Along highways and in remote areas like the desert or the canyons, you'll often find yourself offline for hours. That's normal here, so plan ahead. If you're sticking to bigger towns like Windhoek, Swakopmund, Luderitz, or Keetsmanshoop, you'll usually get decent 4G coverage. Campsites and lodges sometimes advertise Wi Fi, but keep in mind it's not always fast or reliable. It's usually strong enough to send a WhatsApp message, but not to upload heavy videos or join Zoom calls. The best approach? Use your Namibian SIM for maps, WhatsApp, and quick searches while you're near towns. Download your routes on Google Maps in advance and let people know you might be offline when driving through remote areas. Think of it less as a problem and more as part of the adventure. It's actually quite freeing to be unplugged in such a wild, beautiful open place. Namibia is bank card friendly in towns, but in remote areas, cash is king. Be sure to carry Namibian dollars for fuel, park fees, and tips. Now, getting to Sossusvlei. Don't fully rely on digital maps. They're not always accurate here. Use them as a rough guide rather than the exact blueprint. They'll point you in the right direction, but don't expect precision. A physical road map, which you can easily buy at courier shops in Windhoek, can be a real game changer. It gives you the bigger picture. It helps you plan detours and becomes invaluable when you hit those stretches with no signal at all. Now, about distances. On paper, Windhoek to Sossusvlei looks like just 300 to 380 kilometers. But don't be fooled. Those gravel roads combined with fuel stops and rest breaks turn it into a 5 to 6 hour journey. This isn't the kind of trip you squeeze in between breakfast and lunch. It's a full travel day. And pacing yourself is key. Also, a golden rule here is never drive after dark. Namibia's wildlife has no respect for road rules. You could round a corner and find a kudu or oryx right in front of your headlights. Add in the risk of flat tires on gravel roads, and you don't want to be stranded in the middle of nowhere at night. And when I say dark, I mean pitch black. That same emptiness is exactly why Namibia is world famous for its stargazing. There's zero light pollution, crystal clear skies, and more stars than you'd ever seen in your life. But that beauty belongs in the night sky, not the road. Here's the reality check. A 4x4 isn't just for show. Yes, you can get away with a high clearance 2x4 if you're careful, but you'll be limited. The lost sandy straight into the actual Sossusvlei dunes requires either a proper 4x4 or taking the park's shuttle service from the 2x4 car park. When hiring, be sure to read the insurance policy carefully. Gravel roads here are notorious for tire and windscreen damage. Get that extra cover, it's worth every cent. And before you drive off, make sure your rental has a full spare tire, a jack, and an emergency kit. The 4x4 rentals in Namibia that we book for clients come fully equipped for camping. We're talking rooftop tent, fridge, gas stove, chairs, tables, even light bedding. It's all packed in so you're not scrambling to buy or borrow heavy gear on arrival. But don't assume it's all perfect. Always check that everything is there and in working order before you leave Windhoek. Because once you're out in the desert, replacements aren't easy to come by in the remote areas. Getting into campsites and park access. The campsites in and around Sesriem book up months in advance, especially between May and October, which is peak season. If you want those famous sunrise dune views, you'll want to stay inside the park at the Sesriem NWR camp or Sesriem Oshana camp, which gives you early access before the gates open, or just close enough outside the park gates by Sossus Oasis camp or Little Sossus campsite. Park entrance fees are payable at the gate, so carry some cash and don't forget the rules are strict. So stick to the roads, respect the environment, and follow ranger instructions. Fuel, food, and supplies. Um, Fuel planning in Namibia is no joke. Stations become sparse once you leave major towns, so make sure you fill up before hitting the road. When departing from Windhoek via the B1, Rehoboth is your only significant fuel stop along this route, which is about 250 kilometers from your starting point. If you're departing Windhoek via the C26, Solitaire is the only significant fuel stop along this route, which is also about 250 kilometers from your starting point. And yes, fuel shortages do happen, so top up whenever you can. Food wise, give yourself enough time to stock up in Windhoek before departing for Sesriem. Camps have small shops, but they're very limited. Water is the big one. Pack at least 4 to 5 liters per person per day. Guys, it's the desert. Don't underestimate how much you'll need. We always book our clients in or near Windhoek for the first night of the itinerary. It gives you time to adjust to jet lag, acclimatize, and properly check your rental vehicle, especially if it comes with camping gear. That way, if anything needs tweaking or replacing, you can sort it out before heading into the more remote areas. It's also the perfect chance to stock up on food and supplies. The drive to Sesriem is long and remote, and once you're out there, options are limited. Being well prepared from day one makes the journey smoother and ensures you get the best value out of your trip without unnecessary stress. Health and safety. The good news is that Sossusvlei and central Namibia are low risk for malaria, so you don't necessarily need to worry about prophylaxis unless you're heading further north. Also, we'll give you a heads up on health guidelines before you travel. Days can be scorching hot, but nights can get really chilly, especially in the winter being from May to September. On a regular basis, temperatures can drop to less than 1 degree Celsius at night, so bring layers, warm sleeping bags, duvets, and cozy up. Keep tents zipped, shake out shoes for scorpions, and don't leave food lying around unless you want a visit from jackals. So, to give you an idea, this would be a simple plan on the logistics to experiencing Sossusvlei. On your first day, you'll arrive in Windhoek, collect your rental vehicle, and spend the night in the city. That stop is quite important. It gives you time to rest after your flight, sort out any delays with flights and luggage, check that your camping gear is all in order with your rental vehicle, and stock up on food, water, and supplies. Driving straight to the desert on arrival just isn't practical or safe. The next day, you'll head south towards Sesriem, which is the gateway to Sossusvlei. The drive takes around 5 to 6 hours on gravel roads, so you want to start early. By the late afternoon, you'll be setting up camp at Sesriem. Staying there puts you right inside the park gates, which means you'll get early access to the dunes at sunrise. Day 3 is all about exploring. Sunrise at Dune 45, the haunting trees of Deadflay, Sossusvlei itself, and if you're feeling adventurous, a climb up Big Daddy Dune. You can also visit Sesriem Canyon on the late afternoon before heading back to camp. On your last day, you'll pack up and drive back to Windhoek. Depending on your flight times, you might spend another night in the city or connect straight to the airport. So that's the basic flow. 1 night in Windhoek, 2 nights in Sesriem, and then back again. Simple, but it covers all the highlights and gives you enough time to enjoy the experience without rushing. And of course, when we plan this for clients, we make sure all those little details, the vehicle, the gear, the accommodation, are properly handled so the trip runs smoothly from start to finish. Before you even zip up your bags, make sure you've got passport, visa documents, driver's license, and insurance, breathable clothes for the day and warm jackets for the night, a strong tent, sleeping bag, torch, stove, and cooking utensils, and plenty of water. Your rental vehicle would already have the camping equipment covered for you. Just double check with your car rental. The car should also have a tire kit, a spare wheel, and ideally a compressor if you're driving yourself. And lastly, sunscreen, hat, first aid kit, and insect repellent. So that's how you plan a smooth camping trip to Sossusvlei and Namibia in general, from the paperwork right down to the spare tire. It's a lot of prep, but trust me, once you're standing in Dead Flay, surrounded by those ancient camel thorn trees, it's worth every step. And that's a wrap for now. If you're planning your trip, check out the link in the caption to visit our website for further details. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into the campsites around Sossusvlei and what makes each one unique. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and happy traveling.